Well, I was just going to say, your first year, you go to the finals. You have obviously a really good rookie year. I mean, maybe just talk about that run to the finals, and then, I mean, I've heard a few stories about you guys used to play like down in Miami, right? Like, what were you guys in Miami the entire time you were
The
there? Your first,
Rats. Tell us about the Rats.
Yeah. So yeah, we did play in Miami. So we practiced. A lot of the guys lived in Boca Raton, and then we
okay,
practiced at this little rink in Pompano. And then after morning skate, we would just kind of make that trek down to Miami and play our home games there. So my last year there, and I got traded in '99, January of '99. We started the season in Sunrise that September.
okay, okay.
So I played half a year in the new rink. Looking back now, man, I wish I knew a little bit more about Miami when I was playing as a young buck in the league. It was always get in the car and make that drive 95 back north, to home. But I think now seeing the heat, obviously, in that new building, the Kaseya Center in Miami, and just the way Miami has become, it's really, really building. But it was a different scenario. That was a 14,000 seat arena, so it was a real intimate spot. The fans kind of right on top of you, and Razor, to your question, just about the Rats, it was I think the first game of the year, because it was such a shithole rink. It was been there forever. During kind of preparation, ready out for warm up, this rat kind of started buzzing around the locker room, and Scott Mellenby whacked it, ended up killing it. And that night, he ended up getting 2 goals, so they kind of named it a rat trick, and the media got a hold of that, and then the fans got a hold of it, and then ever since then, these rats started getting people hoisting them on the ice, and we all know they implemented a new rule just because of the rat. But still, to this day, I mean, the Panthers do it. They throw their rats at the end of the game now, which is kind of cool, because I was a part of that group that this all originated from. So it's good to see that tradition kind of carry on. You see other teams, obviously, with the octopus and the catfish in Nashville. So the fans have fun with it.
And it was organic too, right? Like, honestly, like that's like a hockey movement we've seen, like the Storm surge in recent years, and like you said, the octopus, but like that was just organic. That here we are in the mid '90s, and you've got
Right.
this. Nobody thought of Florida as being a hockey market, and all of a sudden you've got thousands of rats pelting the ice on this unexpected Stanley Cup, like long before Vegas. There's the Florida Panthers. What, this is your second year in the league, and all of a sudden, like, here's a team in the Stanley Cup final with a roster that I don't think anybody would have said, man, there's the Vegas model. Like, let's follow the Florida model. Like, that was just a bunch of characters and came together at the right time. And Van Beesbrook got hot.
Well, that's it. I mean, you look at the way teams are kind of made up now with expansion, and it is what it is. I mean, it's nice to put a product on the ice where you get the support and you have a chance to make the playoffs in your first year. So when you look at that roster, boy, I mean, we had some workman-like guys. Like Brian Skrulin was our captain, Mike Huff, Stu Barnes, Tom Fitzgerald, Robert Svela, Terry Karkner. I mean, just some plugs, man. That was just like this would like Rhett Warner. We lived together. Rhett and I were roomies for a bit.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Oh,
these guys worked. No one outworked them. No one outworked these guys. I mean, they just knew how to play the game the right way. And we had an excellent goaltender in Van Beesbrook, who was, a Vezina finalist that year. So it was, I believe he was a Vezina finalist that year. But yeah, it was just everything kind of coming together at the right time, I think, for that group. And we came up a few games short, but it was definitely a fun ride for me in my rookie year.
You brought it up already, the trade to Vancouver.
Yeah.
What is that? What was that for you like to go from anonymous Florida at that point? Now you're out in the swamp to Vancouver.
Well, let me play this. Let me explain this to you how this all unfolded.
Oh,
so I'm actually sitting, at a table like now, and my daughter was 6 months old at the time. I get the call from the late Brian Murray. He's like, "I'd be traded to Vancouver." I'm like, what? It happened that quick. I was on a flight 6 a.m. to Dallas. Iron Mike was the coach at the time. He played me 31 in like 33 minutes, back to back, Dallas, Nashville. And then he was gone, and then Crow came in. But actually, rewinding a little bit, we're playing in Vancouver. And, you know, as a young player, you're always coming out there, you know, morning skate, and you're watching the other team practice. So I go out there, and I'm kind of standing there taping my stick. Gar Snow coming around, peeling around the ice. He stops right in front of me on the bench. He's like, "What number do you want?"
Come on.
And I'm like, oh shit. Anyway, month later.
So the rumors were out there.
The rumors were kind of floating around, and I think Florida was kind of, I don't know if it was Florida hesitant or Vancouver was, listen, this deal's not going to happen if, you know, Ed's not in this deal. And so, yeah, there were kind of.
Berkey had just taken over as GM there, right? Like Berkey's kind of new to the gig as well in Vancouver.
You know, so I was just like, hey, whatever. I thought it was pretty funny. And so next thing you know, January of '99, I get, moved to Vancouver, and shit you not, 19 straight days of rain when I got to Vancouver. As T-ball, you would know, being in that part.
There's some stretches.
But it was, they put me in a townhome there in Richmond, and the family,
nice and close to the rink.
Yeah, the family showed up, and they lasted about 3 minutes in there. And next thing you know, I was on a penthouse on Georgia Street. So that it all happened so quick, but it was definitely, as a young player, you have a family, you have your house, and what happens next? It was just really no time to think about it. Ended up being the best thing for me. Basically, I think going into that market, being on your toes each and every night, got along with, everyone, in that town. We had some good teams. We felt like we probably should have got one. I think we had teams to make nice runs in Vancouver, and when I left there, I was sad, because I was there for almost 7 years, and really considered that as home, and just nature of the beast as things go, just made the move to Arizona at that time.